Alright guys, hype news for Zone 0. We finally have it. One of the idol characters from the Angels of Delusion faction is now officially inside the game with the latest 2.1 version update. So for this video, let's talk about what this means regarding the new faction's release date, all the new idol characters on the way, and everything we know about them like their gameplay info and designs. Let's go over everything about the incoming Angels of Delusion faction in this video. Also remember, I'm currently doing a free Battle Pass giveaway on the channel since we just got into the new 2.1 summer update, and it's pretty simple to enter. All you have to do is be subscribed, like the video, and then leave a comment for one entry, max one entry per person, and the rules will also be in the comments down below. And for those who subscribed, you'll also be kept updated with all the latest Zenless news 24/7 right here on the channel, as we still have a lot to cover for this week, so make sure to not miss out. But let's not waste any time and get right into it. We finally have the Angels of Delusion character, previously known as the IDOLS faction, finally in the game with a look at her in-game model. One of them has been teased, which I believe this one is called Shinatsu. I do remember in the dev livestream, before the 2.0 update came out, the devs mentioned that the IDOLS faction would be part of the game sometime in the 2.x versions, and luckily, we did not have to wait too long as we already have Shinatsu full in-game model available to us starting the 2.1 version update. Now what does this mean for the release date of the Angels of Delusion faction? As you know, we are expecting the 2.2 drip marketing to be this week, since they typically drop it after a brand new update. And from what we saw in the roadmaps, we gathered that Seed and Orpheus are set to be the 2.2 S-rank banners, which now brings us to the 2.3 version update from when we can expect the IDOLS to finally drop in the game and become playable characters. What they did with Shinatsu is very similar to what they previously did when it comes to teasing new characters. Because remember, if we go back, we saw that the very first time they teased Jufufu was in the 1.6 version update, which is 2 patches before her release date in the 2.0 version update. They also did a similar thing with characters like Yugo and Vivian being teased in the 1.5 version update event, set to release a bit later, 2 patches later for 1.7. And lastly, we also had teasers for Astra, Yao, and Evelyn that were also teased in 1.4, which is 1 patch before their release in the 1.5 version update. All that to say is, if we follow the previous patterns, the Angels of Delusion faction is right around the corner, set to release within the next 2 patches. So pretty exciting news. I definitely did not expect the Angels of Delusion to be in the game already for 2.1, so this means they're really on the way very soon. Now let's talk about all the characters we can expect and what do we know about them. This is where things are a lot less confirmed, but here is all the characters that could be releasing. First off, the Angels of Delusion consist of 3 characters. We've had leaks about them for a few months now. We even had a ton of info on them, like info on their personalities, their playstyle elements. Pretty much everything came out, so we were definitely expecting them to be dropping pretty soon. But here's what they look like. So this is the 3 characters. We got Shinatsu, which is the character that got teased. Then we also have the other character in the middle. We have Yutane. And lastly, this is going to be Rikudo Serial. So these are all the Angels of Delusion faction characters. And whether all of these are S ranks or maybe one of them is A rank is still undecided. We could see them doing 2 S ranks and 1 A rank. But from what is expected, all these characters should be incoming playable S-rank banners. Alright, now going over what we know about these characters, starting with Shinatsu, the character that was teased inside the game first. So Shinatsu is said to be an incoming support character, and for her element, it is still unclear. There's a lot of speculation going around that she might be a new Rupture support, maybe super good for Yuzuan, but previously it was stated that this character was going to be the next big Ice support character. So it's between Ice and Rupture when it comes to her support capabilities. And now the next character coming out for this faction is Yutane, the robot girl, which has a very interesting concept. She will be a transformation character, so she has both the human form and the base robot form, where she can then transform to the more human-like form in battle, and this will potentially unlock new animations and moves, which sounds pretty cool. So a character with two forms, and you guys can see the transformation here as well as the other two girls. But for Yutane, we have the robot form, and then right beside her, the model where with the arrow pointing at it is basically her transformation form, so her human form, which does look pretty good. Also, this art did come out a while ago, but given how they basically kept the same exact designs for Chinatsu and game model, we can take it that the other two will look the same as well. Now for Yutane, regarding her element, she's said to be the next Ether Anomaly character. And now lastly, we have Rukudo Serial. She will be a playable stun unit. Her playstyle is also described as being both close combat and range combat, so a melee and rage type unit, which would kind of be similar to Haramasa. Haramasa uses a bow and swords, so that unit is going to be pretty cool as well. To me, this is my most hyped faction so far. Big fan of the transformation type characters, and overall, all their designs stand out. Big fan of Rukudo Serial as well. I know with all the info here we have on these characters, it was only a matter of time until the Angels of Delusions came out. And now finally, we have a teaser in the game with Chinatsu and game model, giving us confirmation on the IDOLS faction, or should I say the Angels of Delusion faction, finally being playable for the 2.3 version update. And also regarding more information about the IDOLS faction, it's pretty funny how this concept art got revealed, as it was previously leaked online, and instead of covering up the leaks and ignoring them, the designers simply decided to instead would be better to acknowledge their existence and release all the pre-release artwork in the public. This is why we knew that the IDOLS faction was coming for a while now. For nearly a whole year we've had this artwork. And also regarding the leader of the Angels of Delusion faction group, it will be the character with the hint of pink at the tip of her hair, which seems to be the only character that has this is Rukudo Serial. So she'll basically be the leader of the group. It feels like I've been talking about them since forever on the channel, so this is pretty exciting. You guys let me know down below, are you as hyped for the IDOLS faction as I am? What are your plans going into the next few updates? Let me know down below. Also, don't forget to enter the giveaway. Rules will be in the comments as well. But that is all the IDOLS info for today, so stay tuned as we should be getting the 2.2 drip marketing very soon, featuring Orpheus and Seed, or maybe a good surprise would be the IDOLS faction coming out early, but everything points to them coming out for the 2.3 version update. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe, put this notification on. It will help you guys see my videos right away whenever we get massive updates for Zenless Zone 0. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.